This fall, I'm taking my talents to Cassidy Quinn. Hey guys, it's me, Cassidy Quinn. You know that feeling when there's something you are going to do, but it's been something you are going to do for so long that now your brain has put a stupid amount of pressure on it? That's me with this video, and also what I'm gonna talk to you about in this video. If you're new here, thanks for finding me, and thanks in advance for clicking that subscribe button and the little bell so you get notified whenever I shoot a new video. Depending on how long you have been hanging out with me here on my channel, you may know a little bit about me, you may know everything about me, because I share a lot of it here. But what's important for you to know right now before you watch the rest of this video is that for the past 6.5 years, I have worked at a TV station in Portland, Oregon called KGW. It's the NBC affiliate here. When I started at KGW, I was just a little baby traffic reporter getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning telling people that it was gonna be a long drive to work. But then in the rest of those 6 years, my job has changed a bunch of times, and now for the past 2 years, I have been hosting my own show called Tonight with Cassidy. Then the pandemic happened. And the show was about lots of happy things happening around town, new restaurants opening, bars opening, concerts happening, beer festivals happening, you know, the things that aren't happening right now. So the show has been on hiatus for a long time, since mid-March, I don't want to count. And since then, I've been working from home, working on the KGW digital team, making videos for here, making videos for their channel, and getting a lot of questions from you guys as to what is happening with Tonight with Cassidy. We're just gonna say it, the show is over. Like forever. Now you might be thinking, Cassidy, back in March when your show was put in hiatus because of the pandemic, did you know that it was gonna be over forever and you've just been lying to us this whole time? No. However, in the back of my mind, I kind of have had this feeling for a while that as of this October, the show would not be continuing. And that's because of something you may or may not know about, depending how much you work in the TV industry, the news industry. A lot of us are on contract. So for the first year, I was not on a contract. And that 3-year contract is ending on October 1st, 2020. If you've been here on my channel for the past 10 years, you know that at my heart, I am Team Internet. Like, there doesn't have to be 2 separate teams, Team TV, Team Internet, but if I have to pick a side, I am 100% with you guys here on Team Internet. Hi, Editing Cassidy from the future here. I'm gonna chime in just a few times throughout this video because I got myself so psyched up to shoot this video that I kind of forgot to say a few things. So here's why I love making videos for the internet specifically so much. You get to find your own little community, your own niche, your own group that like talking about the same things that you like. When you're producing a TV show, at least a local TV show like I was doing, the goal is to get as many people in your local area to turn on their TV at the same time, and therefore you're trying to reach everyone. And in my mind, like when you're trying to create something that is for everyone, you're kind of creating something that is for no one. Like, you gotta pick your people, and you guys are my people. You get what I'm saying? So, okay, Cassidy, like a year ago, is having these thoughts of what do I want to do, and then the pandemic happened and forced me to be working from home, and I loved it. Essentially just being a content creator for KGW for the past, not counting how many months. And what I loved about the stories I got to do for KGW this summer was that instead of when we were doing Tonight with Cassidy, we'd have to fill a half an hour every day. So that was usually 4, 5, 6 different topics all in one show. Whereas this summer, I usually only focused on one thing per day, and I got to give them the amount of time they needed for editing to get them where I wanted to be, instead of, oh my god, they have to be done at 7 o'clock. Then I got to take the time on the back end of optimizing them on YouTube, writing a written story about it, and I was reminded of how much I actually love writing and how much I want to start writing blog posts to accompany my own videos, and it felt great. Like, I got to give each story the attention it deserved. And these last lots of months in quarantine have kind of given me that space to test that out. And just like everyone else, have a lot of time to think to myself. So, I've called you here for this press conference. This fall, I'm taking my talents to right here. I am not going anywhere. In fact, you will see more of me. Hope you're okay with that. One of the main things I loved about doing Tonight with Cassidy was the fact that I got to do so many different things and it was never the same. And it always kept me on my toes, it always kept things interesting. And if you guys have hung out on my channel for a while, you know that I like to do a lot of different things. I like to talk about plants, I like to talk about mental health. So that's what I'm gonna do this fall. Making videos here on this channel. Tucker and I have been shooting a bunch of videos going on different adventures this year, so we're gonna start a whole separate YouTube channel for that. I'm gonna start a podcast about mental health and other ways we can all help ourselves feel better and do better by talking to people about what we've struggled with, what we've learned along the way. And then I'm gonna start my freelance business, which I've done a little bit so far, whether that's voiceovers for clients, little ads or commercials, the social media world, the online video content creation world. Is this terrifying? To go try something totally new and just rip the band-aid off. Oh, ow, oh God, and go headfirst into this? Yes, absolutely. But also I have to keep reminding myself that this is not something brand new. Like, number one, I've been here on the internet making videos for a long time. And number two, I was working more than 40 hours a week creating 2.5 hours of content for television and the internet. I was producing the show. I had one producer, so it was like just the two of us coming up with everything that went on the air. And then I was editing most of the segments that went on the air for 2 years straight. Like, imagine if I took all of those hours and put it into all of these things that I want to work on. What can happen? Maybe a lot of things. I shared a post on my Instagram a while back about imposter syndrome and that I have a lot of it for sure. And so many of you guys responded saying, oh, if you have it, then I feel okay that I have it. And yes, it is, well, it's not okay that we all have it. It sucks. However, I understand the feeling of questioning everything you've ever done in your life. The other day, I just started writing down the things that I have accomplished. Like, there are plenty of things that my brain just decides to forget about a lot of the time and think, what the heck am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is the worst idea I've ever had. I don't know what I'm doing. But listen to this. I do know what I'm doing. I wrote myself a mission statement the other day. You guys wanna hear it? I am an adventurer and constant creator on a mission to live a life that's interesting and courageous. I do this by creating memories of the fun that was had and the lessons we learned along the way. I want to live the life that makes me happy, and I want you to live the life that makes you happy. I don't want my brain to get in the way. I don't want your brain to get in the way. We have these mental barriers that we gotta break down, we gotta talk about them so that we can all make happy memories. Like, that just seems so simple. So let's do it together. I'm ready to just go off on my own, see what can happen, and take you guys along for the ride. And I have always been one to tell other people, do not wait for the perfect time. People used to ask me about starting Twitter accounts all the time. They're like, well, I don't want to start it because I don't know what I want to say at first. I'm like, just start it, send a tweet, no matter what, you're gonna hate it, or your YouTube channel. No matter what, your first video, you're gonna hate it, and then 10 years from now, you'll look back at that, you'll laugh, you'll realize how much you've grown, and then you'll be 10 years better. But for me, I feel like I've been waiting for that perfect time to do what I've always wanted to do. So I'm gonna take my own advice. To wrap this all up, Tonight with Cassidy is over forever. I'm still gonna be in Portland. I'm not going anywhere besides on lots of adventures. This is also one of the places where the yet to be named podcast will live. I also am still doing my radio show on 98.7 The Bull from 7 to midnight Monday through Friday. Come hang out and listen to country music. And again, if you are a business that wants more video content, social media content, or want to sponsor a podcast, or just do any fun things, I am up for all of the fun things, all of the mental health things, all of the plant related things, obviously. So, you know where to find me. Thank you guys for listening. This has been my therapy session for the day. Bye! I feel very vulnerable right now. I feel like you guys are seeing me naked. I have to keep remembering that I do in fact have clothes on. I'm just baring my soul to you.